Hey everybody, I'm so excited to be here to tell you about how to sabotage your self-sabotage, which is basically hijacking your self-sabotage and getting rid of it. I just worked with a client named Trisha, and I wanted to share what I did with Trisha to help her with her self sabotage. Because when we self sabotage, it is linked. Self sabotage and anxiety are really linked, and all of them, both of them, are linked also with self trust. So what we did was I brought her into a hypnotic state, and then we looked at some scenes from her earlier life, which were troubling. She had a dad with PTSD from the apartheid times in South Africa. She had a mom who was an alcoholic and who had her when she was 20. So mom wasn't really ready to be a parent and was sort of resentful that her 20s were being impacted by having to be a mom. Her dad wasn't very helpful because he was in his other world of having to deal with his PTSD. So growing up, my client Trisha really struggled. She did not feel like other kids because she felt like she was emotionally way more intelligent. She was also just a very intelligent kid in terms of academics. And so she excelled in school, and that was a way for her to feel good about herself. She also escaped into books, and she did a lot of reading at home, which sort of contributed to her wealth of knowledge and her vocabulary. And she just did a very good job academically. But it was hard for her to make friends. It was hard for her to be social. She really just never felt like she belonged. She didn't feel like she was good enough. She didn't feel like she was beautiful enough. She struggled to feel loved or lovable because of her home life. And she grew up with problems. She grew up self-sabotaging. She grew up with incredible anxiety. So we looked at those scenes, and then we looked at the beliefs that she was carrying around: not being deserving, not being worth anything, not being feeling like she was enough. And then we installed positive beliefs, and we installed positive beliefs through this process of hypnosis and using the subconscious to plant these and install these positive new neural pathways into her brain. So when we're under hypnosis, we are in a different brainwave state, and we're very susceptible and suggestible to these new ideas. We are open to these new ideas that we're installing in the brain. And then I make this powerful and transformative recording that reinforces these new powerful neural pathways and these new powerful positive beliefs, because we really need to switch out the negative beliefs with positive beliefs. The negative beliefs are the things that generate negative actions and keep us stuck and keep us in anxiety and keep us in self-sabotage. So the positive beliefs are things like I am enough, and I do belong, and I am loved, and I am lovable, and I deserve to have the best life possible. What we did, actually, a really interesting tool that we use as transformational therapists, is the tool called Role, Function, Purpose, and Intention. And we call it RFPI for short. So I asked the part of Trini. It also comprises, we also use this work called parts work. So we asked the part of Trini who was self-sabotaging. And this part of Trini, we asked the part of Trini, what role does self-sabotage have in her life? And it's just keeping her stuck and keeping her not moving anywhere and helping her to do nothing, basically. What role does self-sabotage have? What function does self-sabotage play? Role, function, purpose. What purpose does self-sabotage play? And what is the intention of self-sabotage in her life? So we ask that part of Trini, what is the role? What's the function? And Trini comes up with an answer. And whatever the answer is fine, because we know ultimately that we really don't want this part to be in her life anymore. We want the part to leave. So the next thing that we do is we ask that part whether or not it's ready to leave. And if the part isn't ready to leave, that's fine too. We don't provide any resistance. We don't throw up any resistance whatsoever. If the part wants to leave, that's great. We embrace that answer and we release that part to the universe. But if that part is not quite ready to leave, then we give the part a new role and a new job and a new title. So in this session, I'm happy to say that the self-sabotage has a new name of cheerleader, and the cheerleader is now helping my client Trisha to go for runs, to choose running, to embrace running, because she knows after she goes for a run that she feels peaceful, that she feels calm, she feels grounded, she feels at one, she's able to sort of be in the moment. Her mind isn't racing, she does not feel anxious, she doesn't feel these self-doubts, her mind isn't running in 5 different directions. So she knows that running is good. But the self-sabotage part of her would say, oh, you deserve to have a lie and you deserve to just sort of hang out and be a blob on the couch. But now we installed the cheerleader. We took the self-sabotage title and we gave this part of her a new name, which is cheerleader. And we gave this part of her a new job. So self-sabotage is no longer part of her reality. So my client Trisha will listen to this recording for 21 days. And 21 days is the amount of time it takes for the brain to learn a new trick, to embrace a new thought. And so she's going to listen to it for at least 21 days. It's recommended that you return to it here and there, because it's just kind of like having a tune-up. Everybody needs a tune-up, just like cars need tune-ups. So she listens to it for 21 days until it really soaks in. It really has soaked in to her being and into her cells and into her brain, just like lotion on dry skin. My name is Lydia. I am a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. I was trained in the tradition of Marisa Peer, and Marisa Peer is a renowned and wonderful and amazing rapid transformational therapist who has been in the field for over 30 years. She had her own amazing practice for over 30 years where she helped many people with many different kinds of issues. And now she's training people like me to help people like you with a variety of issues. My particular niche is rock solid self-trust. And rock solid self-trust is incredible because it is the foundation. It is the solid bedrock. It's the solid, stable foundation upon which we can build self-confidence and self-esteem, self-compassion, and self-love. But first, you have to trust yourself. First, you have to be there for yourself, right? You have to trust yourself and know that you are there, like the cheerleader part of Trisha, right? We have to have that cheerleader saying, I trust you and I believe in you. I trust you and I believe in you and I am here for you, right? We have to be there for ourselves and we have to trust in ourselves because who else is there, right? No one's coming. No one's coming to rescue you. You need to rescue yourself. So that's the idea. And the hypnosis is where you switch into a brainwave state where you're able to receive these messages easily and effortlessly because you're suggestible. Hypnosis and hypnotherapy is beneficial because you cut to the chase, you get to the root cause of your issues, and you're able to adopt these new thoughts and embrace these new thoughts really easily and effortlessly because you're in this hypnotic state, you're under hypnosis, and you always have control over over the session and over your body and over what you're saying. You're never ever out of control. So if this is something that's interesting to you, I'd love for you to contact me. You can contact me on my website, www.lydiahillhypnotherapy.directory. Lydia Hill hypnotherapy.directory. I'm also on Facebook, Lydia Hill, and I am a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. I'm so excited to help you with your self-sabotage and turn your self-sabotage into the cheerleader. I'd love to help you. Please make a note in the comments below and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much.